Selena Gomez made an emotional and sincere plea to her vast social media following on Election Day, urging her millions of fans to stay in line and make their voices heard at the polls, despite the often frustratingly long wait times associated with voting. The 32-year-old actress and singer, who is well known for her candidness and authenticity on social media, shared a no-makeup, raw video on her Instagram and X, formerly Twitter, accounts on Election Day to encourage Americans to be patient and resilient in the face of long lines at polling stations. With the stakes high in what has been an intense and polarizing election cycle, Selena's heartfelt message resonated deeply with her followers, both in the U.S. and beyond. In the brief but powerful video, Selena, appearing with her hair slicked back into a simple ponytail and wearing a basic white tank top, made it clear that she wasn't trying to present herself in a polished, glamorous way. Instead, her goal was to deliver an important message to her followers without the usual fanfare. With her tone both reassuring and determined, she said, "I hear that there are really long lines today, and I just wanted to make this video really quick to say please stay in the line." Selena's message was one of solidarity, empathy, and encouragement. She acknowledged the common frustration of waiting in line to vote, especially when people have busy lives or have to wait for hours in the hopes of casting their ballots. But, as she emphasized, this frustration shouldn't deter anyone from fulfilling their civic duty. Long lines are really frustrating and annoying, and I know they're not fun, but we need your voice and vote for your future. It was a clear call to action, urging voters not to give up on their rights, despite the inconvenience that can sometimes accompany the process. Selena continued her appeal by reiterating the importance of voting, particularly in the crucial final moments of Election Day. And if you are in line before the polls close, stay in line. Even after closing, polls will stay open until everyone in that line has voted. This was an especially important point that she wanted to emphasize, as some voters may have been unaware that they had the legal right to cast their vote as long as they were in line before the polling stations closed. She added further encouragement with, "If you are in line before the polls close, you have a legal right to vote. So please vote." By reminding her followers of their legal rights, Selena helped empower voters to take action even when faced with delays or discouragement. The sincerity and directness of Selena's message were enhanced by the simplicity and authenticity of the video itself. There were no professional cameras or stylized makeup, just a genuine, spontaneous moment from a star who was speaking to her followers in a personal, down-to-earth way. Her natural appearance, devoid of any heavy makeup, sent a message of honesty and solidarity with her audience. Many of her fans immediately responded positively to her approach, expressing their gratitude for her clear and direct encouragement. In a world where political endorsements from celebrities can sometimes feel divisive, Selena's message was widely praised for being inclusive without supporting one specific candidate. At least she didn't direct followers to a specific candidate. Respect, one commenter wrote. Another fan echoed similar sentiments, writing, "Thank you for being one of the few celebrities that encourage voting without pushing a specific political candidate." Others expressed admiration for her overall stance, even though they knew her political affiliation, with one saying, "Love the general vid even though you're a Democrat, respect." Selena's ability to encourage voting without endorsing a specific political ideology made her message widely relatable to her diverse fanbase. Just days earlier, Selena had sparked some confusion among her international followers when she shared a different video showing her participating in the voting process. In the days leading up to the U.S. presidential election, Selena posted a video on TikTok that showed her dropping off her completed mail-in ballot at a drop box. The video was set to a backdrop of Selena wearing a sparkling red dress and heels, on her way to the premiere of Wizards Beyond Waverly Place, a highly anticipated event. The 26-second video, which gained considerable attention with over 380,000 views, sparked some questions and concerns from her non-U.S. followers who were unfamiliar with the U.S. voting system and the use of drop boxes for mail-in ballots. One fan on X expressed confusion, asking, "Wait, is this how Americans vote? By dropping their ballot into some box on the street?" Another commented, "How long have you been voting like this? Did you not question this method till now? Also, it's unsupervised. Who in the burning hell thought this was a good idea?" These comments reveal the cultural differences in the voting process between the U.S. and other countries, where systems of voting may be more centralized and controlled by election officials. The concerns expressed by these international fans reflect the misunderstanding of the U.S. voting system, specifically the use of drop boxes. To clarify, these ballot drop boxes are a secure and monitored part of the U.S. election infrastructure. According to the U.S. Election Assistance Commission, a drop box is a secure, locked structure operated by election officials where voters may deliver their ballots from the time they receive them in the mail up to the time polls close on Election Day. The system is designed to give voters a safe and convenient option to return their mail-in ballots without having to visit a polling station While drop boxes may not always have staff on site, they are placed under strict security measures to ensure the integrity of the ballots. Some drop boxes are permanent installations while others are temporary, set up for the duration of an election cycle. These measures help to facilitate the voting process for those who cannot or prefer not to vote in person. In the U.S., voters are provided with multiple options for casting their ballots. While many choose to vote in person at polling stations on Election Day, others opt for early voting or mail-in ballots, especially given the ongoing challenges related to COVID-19. The flexibility of these voting options aims to ensure that every eligible voter has an opportunity to participate in the democratic process. For those who choose to vote by mail, the availability of secure drop boxes for returning ballots is a key part of making the process more accessible. As the election approaches, the race has become increasingly tight, with Republican candidate Donald Trump leading Democratic candidate Vice President Kamala Harris by a narrow 3-point margin, according to the final dailymail.com/J.L. Partners National Poll. The tension in this election cycle has been amplified by the polarization of the political landscape and the ongoing debates about the future direction of the country. Despite the divisiveness of the election, Selena has been using her platform to speak out on important issues and voice her concerns, particularly with regard to political rhetoric and social justice. Most recently, Selena voiced her strong disapproval of a controversial joke made by comedian Tony Hinchcliffe at a Trump rally on October 27th at Madison Square Garden. During the event, Hinchcliffe made an offensive remark comparing Puerto Rico to a floating island of garbage, a comment that Selena, who has Mexican heritage, strongly condemned. In a statement, she said, "I strongly disagree with any comments that were made in reference to the comedian's words." Selena's stance on the issue reflects her commitment to speaking out against harmful rhetoric and standing in solidarity with marginalized communities, particularly her Puerto Rican roots. She added, "I definitely want to stand by my people," emphasizing her support for her heritage and her desire to fight for justice and equality. Through her advocacy for voting, social justice, and political awareness, Selena Gomez has demonstrated her dedication to using her voice for good. Her efforts to encourage voter turnout, promote inclusivity, and speak out on issues that matter reflect a commitment to making a positive impact on both her followers and the broader world. As the election draws to a close, her message continues to inspire many to take action and stand up for their beliefs, no matter the obstacles.